Hello and welcome back to my channel, She's Just Trying. So today we're going to be covering r/malicious compliance. I really love this subreddit, and without further ado, let's jump right into our stories. Karen wants me to weigh her candy at the movie theater, by Jeff Pinel. English is not my native language, so apologies in advance. This also happened a couple of months ago. Having worked during college at the local movie theater, I came across all kinds of Karens. In this particular case, Karen went to the movies with her two kids, around the ages of 4 to 5. As you guys know, movie theaters have high prices for snacks and drinks. It was Sunday morning, and usually this is a busy time with lots of small children and kids movies. It's obvious that I'm dealing with a total Karen straight from the start, keeping on her sunglasses, chewing her gum, and being on her phone the entire time she's waiting in line. When it's her turn, I think to myself, OP, your shift just started. Just be nice, and maybe this will all go over smoothly. It didn't. Karen is annoyed by the prices of the tickets. You can buy the tickets and your snacks at the same register, and is not happy with the assortment of healthy snacks. I'm still there, trying to keep my best smile like I'm the Joker in a low-budget Batman movie, but I'm getting through her order. Now for the little children. As they were acting like dogs running through the place, I will name them like dogs, so child 1 is Ollie and child 2 is Rex. No. Where I'm from, we have a display where you can scoop your own candy in a bag for a fixed price per 100 grams, 3.5 ounces. Being a movie theater, this is a crazy expensive bag, and a full bag can cost around €16. Ollie:
Mommy, can we have a scoop of some candy?
Karen: how much for the candy? Me: it's €1.50 per 100. Yes! Ollie, hurry up with the candy.
Mom, I want some candy too.
Karen: Ollie, help your brother with this candy. At this point, she already had way too much time in the line. Normally, you scoop the candy before you make your purchase to prevent the transaction taking an extremely long time, and we can help other customers. But not for Miss Karen though. She just goes back to texting on her phone. I'm baffled, annoyed, and just want to go help other customers because the movie is starting in about 15 minutes and the lines for the register are not moving at all. So me, the good Samaritan that I am, try to eyeball the bag of candy Ollie has so that I can get a rough estimate about how much the candy will cost. To my enjoyment, I see the kid with an enormous bag of candy, almost the size of his head. So I estimate that it'll be around €15. Rex, his bag isn't that full, but he's still scooping, and I think to myself, realistically, the price would be higher, but I think I just want this to be over, and I don't want to overprice them. Me: the total price will be €44. Karen: what? Why is it so expensive? Miss, the candy weighs a lot on the price, but you didn't even weigh it. You're just trying to rip me off. Weigh it and give me the correct price, she says as she grabs the bags from Ollie and Rex. Well, she was right. I didn't weigh it, but I wasn't trying to whip her off. Heck, I was giving her a huge discount. So I smile to her and grab the bags of candy and put them on the scale. I can see the price and so can the customer. Sure, miss. As you can see, the price of candy costs €24, so your total will be €53. So of course Karen gets angry and wants me to call the manager because I'm still ripping her off. The manager comes along, weighs the candy, and confirms that the correct price is €53. Because you have to pay the candy when you grab it because of hygiene rules, and there is a big sign, Karen eventually buys everything and walks away angry with her kids. Luckily for me, the manager was a nice dude, so I didn't get into trouble for guessing the weight, and at the end of the shift, I was glad I could ruin a movie experience for a Karen. Too long didn't read. I balled the price. Karen gets upset and wants me to weigh it, and the correct price is much more expensive. So, this was a pretty good first story. As you know, I like malicious compliance, and this was a perfect example of malicious compliance. She wanted you to do what she said, she wanted you to weigh it, and you weighed it, and it didn't come out in her favor, and you were trying to help her, but Karens will be Karens, and what they say goes, so I hope next time she'll learn her lesson and listen to the cashier. Like, I don't get what he gains from overcharging you. Well, like he doesn't gain anything from undercharging you. He gains more from overcharging you. But it just makes sense. It just doesn't make any sense. At least the kids got their candy. They're only 4 or 5 years old, so they're not really. It's not their fault that they're entitled. It's their parents' fault. But at least Karen got a taste of her own medicine, and yeah, on to the next post. Leave until you shovel all of the snow by u/Sparkle Fritz. This wasn't me doing the malicious compliance, nor the request, but the middleman who witnessed the gloriousness. I work for a movie theater company in a state that snows every winter. We had a contract with a snow shoveling company, but my boss refused to use it because at that cost of each removal had a possibility of hurting his yearly bonus by a couple percent points, like $300 max out of $20,000. Only if it snows more than 6 inches, he would say every time. Unfortunately, this meant that one of the ushers would have to shovel snow on the sidewalk. Since it's a safety hazard to block the emergency exit doors of the theater, it meant you had to shovel a path around the entire building for each exit door. Ultimately, due to the size is about a quarter mile around the building, no one likes doing it because it's cold and shoveling is simple. One hand shovel length path can take 2 hours. During a snowy Christmas week, the busiest week for a movie theater, imagine Black Friday shopping for 2 weeks straight. It had snowed just under 6 inches. We were extremely busy, and my boss demanded to take one of our much needed ushers to go shovel snow. I was an assistant manager. When we asked if the company could come out instead of us doing it, we were told no, to which one of my coworkers, we'll call him Dan, said he would do it. An hour later, after he had gone outside, one of my boss pulled each usher in and wrote them up for refusing to shovel snow. When Dan came back in, the other usher complained to him about it. Dan asked our boss why, and our boss said it was because no one wanted to shovel all the snow, and if Dan needed to shovel all the snow, he could get written up as well. This all happened at the beginning of my shift, around 5 p.m. Cue the malicious compliance. Well, my boss didn't realize that it was the last day of the payroll period. Being Christmas week, Dan had already accumulated 40 hours of work earlier in the day. My boss left right after telling Dan to make sure all of the snow was removed. We worked the rest of the shift and everyone assumed Dan had finished and left. It's 3 a.m. now, and we go to punch out for the week, but can't because there is a shit that hasn't been approved yet. Someone is still working and is at 12 hours of overtime. It's Dan. I go out to investigate since it should only be myself and my manager. As I walk outside, I see Dan coming in, smiling the biggest grin on his face, and the most dry, unsnowed path I've ever seen in my life. It looked like 2 pictures cut together. There was not a speck or snow on the entire footpath of the theater. Dan spent 10 hours outside, making sure that he removed all the snow from the walkway. We had a good laugh, clocked off, and left. We didn't hear anything until later that week, when I was called into the office and had to write out a statement to why I let Dan work for 12 hours overtime. He had this smug look on his face like he had beaten us. He was not too pleased when he found out that all of our statements included him saying the phrase, "remove all the snow," and he refused to call the snowplow company. My boss was transferred to another theater soon after. So yeah, that snow story was really good. I'm glad that they got to do what they wanted to do. Like, they got money for just shoveling snow all day. I hope they didn't get like hypothermia or anything, because that would be pretty bad. But I love Dan. He's just great. He just stood up for everybody, and at least the boss will at least he was transferred, and I hope the company would remove like all the rules where it has to go through the boss to call the plowing company, because it just makes no sense to have the resources but like to not use it at all. But at least everybody got their malicious compliance, since it's technically not revenge, but I feel like on Dan's part it's definitely pro-revenge, because he got paid for doing what he was told to and nobody else got their write-up. So yeah, on to the last post. My friend is a manager for Costco at the membership and return counter by u/TrexMaflex. Costco has a pretty relaxed return policy, so 99% of the time, customers bring things in to return or exchange, and my friend says it's no questions asked. But if on the computer system, he notices in someone's transaction history that they're abusing the system, he'll deny the return and offer a pretty clear explanation as to why. Honestly, most people don't raise a big stink. The evidence is pretty clear and they say, "Okay, I didn't know that's how it worked," and go on with their lives. But last week, a customer was getting upset that my friend wasn't going to do a return, even though there was a long list of transactions that made it pretty obvious that this guy was routinely buying things, using them a few times as needed, then returning them. In this case, he had bought a bunch of food and was trying to return the packaging for full return. He's not backing down. My friend has full authority to cancel a membership, and this comes with a refund most of the time. So he tells the guy, "Sir, it doesn't seem like you're happy with our products and services. I'm going ahead and cancel your membership and give you a full refund of the annual fee." This guy, immediately understanding that this means he won't be allowed back into Costco, sits kind of stunned for a few seconds, then gets real panicky. Like, No, I'm good, please don't do that." My friend isn't backing down, so the guy asks to speak with a manager. Friend plays a whole, "I am the manager of the department." So this guy escalates. The assistant warehouse manager comes over and looks at the transaction history and immediately sides with my friend, saying virtually the same thing but in a super singy voice. "We're so sorry you haven't been happy with our products we sell," and backs up my friend while he finishes canceling the guy's membership. So I've never been to a Costco. I don't really know what it looks like or what it really is. I've heard that it's like a warehouse full of like mass amount of stuff like toilet roll and medicine and stuff, but I don't really know what it is. I would love to go into one, but I also think you have to have like a membership to go in. But what the friend did was really good. Like, he put the guy straight in his place. I guess he's not going to be complaining about any returns anytime soon in any other shop, because at least he can't shop at the Costco anymore. But I'm really thankful that the warehouse manager came in and like backed up your friend, because I've seen stories where the manager or the other manager is just like, "No, the customer's always right," and to be honest, the customer's not always right, and some customers need to be told that they're not right. So yeah, that was the last post. So thank you for watching my channel. I hope you liked today's video. I'm going to be covering a different subreddit tomorrow, so make sure to come and see what I'm covering. And if you liked what you saw, make sure to hit subscribe and like the video, and please share it to others because it really helps out my channel. And yeah, so stay safe and bye.